Hello and welcome back to the Lamenters, everybody. We are here, and you guys had just left the town of Aigner, having made a new friendship with some important figures in that town who revealed quite a bit about themselves, that they are part of a greater coalition of people who dislike the Empire. They shared with you a lot of information about the Imperial expansion into the Borderlands, and more recently, intel and information that they've received from fellow rebel sympathizers that the Empire is considering expanding further north, with Aigner being its next target. They urgently needed you to deliver a missive to the current Lord of Lee County, Lord Trevor Lee, and they had asked that if you were willing to join their cause, to assist Lord Trevor with sussing out any potential threats that might be coming to the northern part of the Borderlands. One of those threats that they mentioned was rumors of a possible horde of low people gathering, a threat that could jeopardize Lee County, but in turn, if Lee County had to pull in all of their forces, it would leave Aigner essentially defenseless. So you've gathered your stuff, you've left, you're all on horseback. You were leaving on the North Road heading to Lee County, and you noticed a campfire, which you decided to avoid. You went west into the woods and then circled back to the north. And only a few hundred yards off-road, as you were moving on horseback, you heard a voice yell out. A female voice, a gruff female voice. And she said, "That's about far enough." And then she inserted an expletive. So, I will have all of you now make a wisdom roll under, because you don't see where that voice came from. Imagine you're going north, you're all on horseback, you feel like the voice came from slightly northeast of where you are. So ahead of where you are and also a little bit east, right. i.e. back in the direction of where you left the North Road. None of you have weapons pulled. You were all riding horses.
Yeah.
I want that to be clear.
Do we have our swords at our sides?
Oh yeah, sure, but
okay.
You don't have any weapons pulled.
Thank you.
So what I'm going to ask you now is a very important question. What do you do?
I stop my horse.
That's a good start.
Okay.
I trot up ahead a bit and work my way around a tree and then get off the horse.
Okay, you don't hear any voice after that.
I think we should investigate.
How close are we to cover?
There's trees everywhere.
I'm gonna try to do similar, get behind a tree and look around. Dismount first.
I'm holding.
Bivoj is just looking for somebody, scouting from the horseback.
I'm gonna carefully pull out my bow, or deploy my bow and carefully grab an arrow, not put it in the bow yet.
Okay.
I stay on my horse and I say, "Show yourself."
That was a good move. I like that move.
I'm going to screen share this. I hate doing this because it makes editing very annoying, but it needs to be shown. That is the result of my roll.
Okay.
What were you rolling?
So, Sarah, an arrow flies in and hits your bow.
Ow.
Your bow is shattered.
The sharpshooter. That's a hell of a shot.
And then the
Yeah.
voice says, I said that's far enough. Any of you sons of bitches moves again, and I'm going to put one in your head.
So show yourself. I give it a commanding voice.
Dismount from your horses.
How should we do that if we should not move?
Dismount from your horses. Do not draw a weapon.
So I can move to dismount.
You can dismount, but if I see any of you go to grab for a weapon, I'm going to put an arrow straight between your eyes.
Okay. How can I draw my weapon if I'm dismounting? That doesn't make sense.
I'll get off my horse.
I tie my horse to a tree and start walking back towards the group.
And I'm holding on to the reins of the horse.
I'm very
Realizing
carefully
I'm way
dismounting.
too large to sneak anywhere.
Do I sense where the voice is coming from?
No, but you know who does? Your dog. Critter turns in that direction and kind of takes a low posture, and he's growling.
I'm gonna angle my horse, square it up, so to say, then dismount and stay on the, what you call it?
The backside.
Yeah, the covered side,
I would also-
using the horse's cover.
I would like to also try to assess direction from which the arrow came and dismount in the way that the horse is between me and the direction.
Okay,
And just
everybody carefully dismounts, placing yourselves in a protected position, either next to a tree or behind your horse.
I point out northeast.
I am body
That's-
blocking my horse. I don't want to lose my horse.
I point out to the northeast. It's from over there.
Get ready to attack Critter. And
Critter's growling grows increasingly aggressive, and you guys hear movement coming off from that direction. You see some bushes kind of moving, and then you see two men, and they are familiar to you because they are the traveling companions of Anna and Katerina. You see them approaching. They have swords out, and they're walking up towards your group.
That's far enough.
The two men, you know what? Make a charisma roll under. That's a bold statement, Oldrad.
Ooh, I think I succeeded because I have shit charisma. Where is my? I rolled 1 under 6. So I rolled a 5.
The two men pause. And they see that they're kind of looking at you guys. One of them says, toss down your weapons real slow. She's a crack shot.
I drop the arrow in my hand.
One of them looks at Bane.
I was gonna say, where is Bane
says-
in relation
he
to
says-
Oldrad?
You first, big boy. Put that big old axe on the ground.
Where are you at, Bane? I need to know this right now.
He's 8 feet away from you, next to his horse and tree.
You need to get close to me.
I walk towards Oldrad, take my axe, hold it, look at it lovingly for a moment.
I put my hand on his shoulder and I cast heroism.
Oldrad, what gods are you beseeching for this power?
The old gods, of course.
Bane, the two guys with swords out are 20 feet away from you. As Oldrad places his hand on your shoulder, you feel an investment of power swell within you, and a certainty that if you wanted, your axe could take these two guys down.
I'm gonna rush him.
Yeah, let me roll. Let me see what you get. Oh god, I rolled a 4, so you get 4 more levels worth of hit points and attack bonuses.
All right,
Whew.
so for the next 2 rounds, Bane, you have 26 additional hit points. Good lord. And you attack as an 8th level fighter, so that's a +9 to your attack bonus.
Jeez.
So what your strength plus your attack bonus gives you a +12 to hit now.
I say you have 12 seconds.
How fast can I cover the ground between me and the two guys?
You can get to them this round. They're 20 feet away.
Oh, all right.
They stopped just short of you guys when Oldrad kind of intimidated them. You guys see Oldrad put his hand on his shoulder, whispering something, and says, "You have 12 seconds." And you see Bane run forward towards these guys. Who had a 6? Anyone? 5. Okay. We're gonna simultaneous this. Claude and Liber. Claude and Liber, you don't have weapons drawn.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do, Claude?
Sick him, Claude. Critter.
Critter.
All right. I'm going to say because you're a little bit quicker on the draw, you give the command to Critter. He starts running towards the two guys. Liber, what do you do?
I'm going to draw my sword. I'm going to try to run behind the tree to where I saw Critter growling.
Okay. So you're going to try to run basically to where you think Anna is located.
Yeah.
Okay. Did anyone else have a 4? A 4.
4.
Okay. Let me see. Would it be Leonard or Bivoj? Bivoj, you are a little bit slightly faster. So what do you do?
I have always on me the dagger, but that won't be sufficient in this situation. So I pull from the horseback my spear, and I haven't seen the archer.
You haven't seen where she is, no.
I did say where though. I said northeast.
Yeah, you said a rough direction, but
yeah.
If you're gonna try to find her, then I'm gonna have to make you make a wisdom roll under to see if you could spot her, and that'll be the extent of your time. Or you could throw your spear at one of the guys.
I will run in the direction of the presumed archer.
Okay,
And-
so you're gonna kind of go in the same direction as Liber.
Yes. And possibly end my turn somewhere behind the tree in a cover.
I'm gonna have you make a wisdom roll under.
Yep. Oh, my wisdom is not very good.
I believe in
Nope.
you.
That's 6 over.
Okay, so you're running in the direction with your spear. Leonard, what do you do?
Okay, so it seems like the stuff is going down, so I would put from my saddle probably the crossbow, and would I manage to load it in this turn, or?
That would be the extent of your turn. So you have cover behind your horse. You're grabbing your crossbow and loading it.
Yeah.
Okay. The two guys, seeing that Bane is not putting his axe down and is instead running towards them, they run up to engage Bane. Bane, your armor class is actually pretty damn good. Wow. So the first one runs up, swinging his sword at you. 19 is actually a miss, incredibly. The second one hits with a 22. You will take 6 damage.
Oh no, not 6 damage.
Yeah, you are just like, you shrug this off. Even though it was a solid hit, you're like hell-bent on destruction.
You picked the wrong one to threaten today.
Who got a 3 initiative? Sarah and Oldrad.
Sarah's probably faster.
All right, Sarah, you're in a position. What do you do? Okay.
So I want to triangulate how cogitate on how my bow was shot, and then triangulate where I think the shot was coming from, and knowing how hefty my bow is, how far away.
Okay. Go ahead and make an intelligence roll under.
Okay.
Time for geometry.
Yep. 4 of 15.
All right. So I'll tell you a couple things. Number one, it was definitely coming from the direction that Liber and Oldrad indicated to the northeast. Number two, probably pretty far away because she was yelling and she sounded kind of far away. But most importantly, it definitely came from above because if you just look out to the northeast, there are a lot of trees and like bushes in between you and that direction. And the angle at which she was able to shoot had to be some kind of sniper position. And so you're thinking likely in a tree.
Okay. I'm going to shout out, "Careful! She's in a tree!" And then I run up to where Bane is to help him out.
Yeah, you do your math and then you shout out. You'll run next round. Okay, Oldrad.
Pulling out the great sword.
Combat.
Pulling out the great sword, and I'm going to back him up. I'm going to attack it.
Pulling out the great sword, and you move up into position. You'll attack next round.
Yep.
All right, I have one more roll to make because you guys are running towards her, so she's going to shoot someone. So is it Liber? Is it Bivoj? Leonard? Bane? The dog? Dog is on 5. Or Sarah? Because Sarah had yelled something.
Not the dog.
I hope it's the dog.
Leave Critter alone.
No,
I'm gonna turn Claude into John Wick, man.
It's
Plot twist.
It's Bivoj. So she had a 19 to hit, which does hit. So my friend Bivoj, your shoulder gets hit with an arrow. You take 3 hit points of damage.
Just to be sure, from the direction that it hit me,
does it from like an upward, like
okay, I'll focus on the direction.
You're running in that direction. So imagine like you're running and you're like, like you're running in the right direction.
I chose the very thin tree.
A very important question is, Bivoj, are you right or left-handed? And which shoulder was it?
It was his right shoulder. All right, Bane.
I say to this person that's about to taste my steel, the gods of war, death, and piss demand your blood.
That is the most metal death threat of all time.
That's a 26.
Please proceed. Yes, a
26.
A 26 is a stupidly high success. What is the damage?
Oops, hold on, I need more dice. That'll be 6.
Okay.
Solid.
All right. Claude, roll an attack roll for critter.
That would be 15.
Okay. Critter gets a +2, so that's 17. That does hit.
No, that will be I rolled 14 plus. I thought 1, so it's 16 then.
Yes, 16 does hit. Go ahead and roll D4 damage.
That will be 5.
All right.
4 and 1.
He bites into the leg of the other guy. Okay, top of the order. All right, who was at 6? 5s. My 5s. All right, Claude, what do you do?
I'm gonna grab my bow off my back, and having heard having been pointed out whereabouts the end might be, I'm gonna peek from around underneath the neck of the horse to see if I can spot someone up in the tree, and otherwise take a guessing where to aim.
Make another wisdom roll under.
Ooh, made it. 4 against 6, 2 under.
So you think that you see in a tree about 60 or 70 feet away, you think you see where
Someone.
Anna is located.
All right, I'm gonna give that a try.
All right, you can shoot next round. Liber,
All
you're
right.
up.
So when I hear Sarah yelling that she's in a tree, I stop behind the closest tree I can find and look to see if I can see her.
Make a wisdom roll under.
Under by 4. 14 out of 18.
Okay. You kind of do as well. You're like out from behind the tree. You think you see her in these branches about 60 or 70 feet away.
Do I have time to draw my bow and fire, or just draw my bow?
You can draw your bow and prep the fire.
Right, I do that.
Okay. That was my 5s. On 4s. Leonard.
Muted.
I think Bivoj is before me, but on 4 as well.
Yeah, you go first. What are you trying to do, Leonard?
Okay, so is Bane and the other guys are in huddle, basically. So
They're in melee combat. You could try to fire into the melee. If you roll a 1, you will likely hit Bane, Oldrad, or the dog. Please try it. Please. What is life without risks? I mean, really.
Right. I agree.
Just 5%.
Okay, I'll try to fire at the healthier guy, or the guy that Ben didn't hit.
Okay, the one that the dog is biting? Okay.
Yeah. 10 plus 3 it is, I think, so...
So your bolt fires off, and it just barely misses him.
Okay.
Bivoj. You are about halfway there. You see her up in a tree. She's pulling another arrow out.
So, how far she is? Like,
she's about 40 feet away from you, which is a bit outside of your spear range.
40 feet. Yeah, that's long range. That's not good.
You can move up. and then try to throw it at her up in the tree.
Okay, I will do that. I think I'll be in medium range.
Yes.
Okay. And just normal attack.
This would be your ranged attack.
Yes, that's 20, not net.
Excellent. You hit her. Your spear sails through the air.
And it is 3 damage. Fall down, you bitch!
She's like, ah, and it doesn't like sink into her, but it like cuts, along her side as it hits her.
Just to be sure, does it fall down?
Yes.
Great. Perfect.
That was how much damage? 3?
3.
Okay. All right. That brings us to, that was our
Force.
fours.
Yeah.
Now they are going to attack Bane or the dog or Oldrad. Let me see. First attack is on Bane. That's a 17 total, which is actually a miss.
I laugh in your face.
Second attack is on Oldrad, which is a 19, which
That hits.
is a hit. Oldrad, you will suffer the slings and arrows of 5 damage. Ouch.
5 damage.
5 it is.
5 noted.
All right, that was the. So now we're on the 4s.
Freeze.
We just did the 4s.
Threes.
You're on 3s.
Now we're on the 3s. All right,
Okay.
3s. Who's closest to the melee?
Me. I think.
Sarah, what did you have? Were
Muted.
you on the 3s?
Muted.
Muted.
I had a 3.
Okay. All right, I'll get to you. So let's do the 3s first. So who all was 3s? Oldrad, Sarah.
Mhm.
Okay, so Oldrad, you're in the melee. So
Yes.
are you attacking the guy who keeps trying to attack you and Bane?
I'm
Or
gonna
the
go
guy
for the
with
one
the
that
dog?
just. I'm gonna go
guy
for the
that
one that just hit me.
Okay, all right, go ahead and attack.
Okay, there we go. I don't have a big fighter bonus like y'all. My melee bonus. Oh, it's only a 9.
Okay, you swing, you hit him in the armor, but it kind of clinks.
Yeah.
And the dog is, still biting at his legs.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah.
Okay, I had pulled out my sword. So I'm gonna roll a 20-sider.
What are you trying to do?
I wanna hit the guy that the dog bit.
So you're running up into the melee.
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
attack the guy with the dog. All right, so go ahead and make your attack roll.
Okay, so it's a plus. That's a 16, I believe.
That is a hit. Roll damage.
Okay, and this sword is a. Wish I could remember this stuff. A 6. Okay, 6. Here we go. Huh? I'm gonna roll that. That doesn't make sense. Okay, 2.
Okay, 2 more damage. All right. Was anyone on 2? All right, that brings us to Bane. Bane.
Okay, so my melee attack bonus is already 7. What did it go up to with this additional power?
So you have a total of plus 12 to your attack
Oh, shit.
roll. Total.
So my last one was actually more, but who cares? So, all right, here we go. I'm just swinging away now at this point. That would be 28.
That's definitely a hit. Roll. Go ahead and roll your weapon damage.
I don't understand why my weapon damage doesn't get increased with this additional power, but I digress.
It's not
7.
enlarged, that's why.
Right, 7.
7 it is. He takes another huge hit. All right, Claude, roll an attack roll for Critter.
12 and 2 is 14.
That is not enough to penetrate the armor. Critter bites vigorously, but does not succeed in puncturing the leg this time around.
Oh, little critter. Nice try, buddy. That was
And
a good try.
now, the rather ego-bruised Anna will fire an arrow. 16. Does that hit Bivoj? That is the question. 16. It does. You have an AC of 16. Because you don't have a shield. I think you're muted.
Yeah, I'm not using shield, but I don't know how it's with the chain armor.
It's meter
Right.
beat, right?
So you have chain armor of 16. Oh, you didn't add in your.
I
Ranged
should have.
fire?
I should have 19. I think.
Yeah, you should, because you have a dex of 18. I think maybe on your original sheet you didn't add that in. All right, so that is.
Yeah.
So she shoots at you and the arrow ricochets off of your armor.
So so when the attack is equal to the armor, it does hit, but when it's lower, then it does not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Just
so
to be sure.
this then brings us to top of the order.
Note, I think the heroism wore off unless it's
Right. so
my
now
character level.
Right, we're going into round 3.
Yeah.
So does that spell last for the number of rounds equal to your level, or the spell level?
It doesn't specify. It would be up to you. It just says 1 round / level. I don't know if that's spell level or character level. That'd be up to you.
1 round per character level.
All right,
I
we'll
don't
say per character level. All right,
Yeah.
so let's go with the 5s. So we have Liber, you're up.
All right. I'm gonna try to fire my arrow. I'm looking at Anna. See if we can get it. 18. Minus.
Okay, and what weapon is this again?
This is my. I pulled my bow. I'm going to draw my the short bow.
Short bow. Okay, so you're beyond short range. You're at medium now.
Ah.
So let me just double check to make sure that that's
That's -2.
-2. So what was the total you got? 18?
18.
So 18 minus 2 is 16. So that does hit.
Hold on.
1d,
Hold on.
1d6. 5.
5 damage. An arrow penetrates her armor and she yelps in pain like an angry dog.
Did she fall down?
No.
Damn it.
Not yet. All right, Claude, you're up.
Yep. So I have my bow out and ready to shoot. So that will be an 18.
And this is also a short bow.
Yep.
All right, so 18 minus 2 is 16. So you do hit. Roll damage. You're shooting Anna, right?
Yeah. And that will be 3 points of damage.
Okay. Let me just make a quick roll. She is still in the tree. All right, this brings us to the 4s. Leonard, go.
Okay. So, how far are the nearest trees this side from the horses?
The melee is about 20 feet away from you, and Anna, Viper is 70 feet.
my meaning is that I would like to. Is it possible for me to run to the side and hide behind the trees or something?
Yes. Make a dex roll. Dex roll under.
15 out of 16. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
and is it possible to also load a crossbow, or is it all my action?
well, first I want you to make a d6 roll for stealth.
Yeah,
So you
okay.
have I think you have a 2 and 6, right?
Yeah.
So you're trying to hide.
2.
Okay. So you successfully get into position and you begin to reload your crossbow.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was Leonard. Who else do I have at 4? Bivoj. You are just like 15 feet away from her now. She's in the tree. She's trying to reload an arrow.
Okay, if I go a little bit closer, just so I'm in the short range of my dagger, throw it at her, and run towards my spear on the ground.
Yes.
So that will be attack. That's 16,
That's a hit. Roll damage.
and that's 4 damage.
Okay.
And since I'm
Oh
have
no.
since I have no
Well-
weapon now,
As you throw your dagger and she was going to reload, it hits her and she's like, "Ah," and she loses her balance and she falls.
yes.
Roll me another d4.
Okay, that will be 1.
Okay, she hits the ground.
She fell on my dagger.
Not so lucky. But her dagger your dagger is stuck in her armor. So
Yeah, that's why I run towards the spear.
Okay, who else did we have in the B-boy category? Did we do everybody at 4? Leonard. All right, so
Now we're 3s.
the guys are going to attack. One on Bane. Ooh! A natty 20, Bane. Good thing you got some heroism left. That is going to be 14 damage.
Still,
The other guy,
shrug that shit off.
the other guy
It's just gonna
swings
make
at
me angry.
Oldrad. And the swing at Oldrad is going to be 18. 18 is that a hit on Oldrad?
Yeah, it's a hit.
It is. Okay. All right. I'm gonna roll that. Oldrad, 6.
So that's okay, I got it.
Okay. That was the 4s. Now we are moving on to the 3s. So the first 3 is going to be Oldrad.
Okay.
I'm assuming
Here I go
that
swinging.
just hit you.
Yeah. Natural 20, baby.
All right. So your first damage die is automatically maxed out. Roll the second one and add it to it.
Oh shit. So that's gonna be using the greatsword, which is a D10, right?
Yes. Let me double check that. Yes,
Pretty sure it is, but I
Great
like
sword
to.
is D10. Yes.
Yeah. So that's gonna be I rolled a 2 on the second one, so 12.
12 damage. That is a big hit. Okay. He kind of staggers back a little bit from the magnitude of that hit. Okay. Sarah.
Okay, swing with the sword. That is a 21. And that will be 1.
1 damage. And were you attacking the one that the dog was biting?
Right.
Okay. So that's the same guy that Oldrad just hit too. So Bane is locked in mortal combat with one of the guys. The other guy has a dog, a Sarah, and a Oldrad attacking him.
We're letting Bane take this kill.
Yeah.
No, I'll field all the damage so you guys don't get hurt because I got all this extra.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys just get behind me.
Okay. Do we have anybody on 2? Any 2s? No.
It's my turn.
It is your turn and then Critter. So go ahead. And make your
What's
attack.
the health of these unfortunate souls? What are they looking like?
Well, now it's kind of evened out. Like you were walloping on the one guy, but now the other guy's getting attacked by all sides. So
I'll stay on the guy that I've been dealing with.
okay.
That is a 30. Right? 18 plus 12?
Yeah, that hits. Mm-hmm.
I chuckle with glee. 4.
Okay. 4 it is. Claude, go ahead and make a roll for Critter.
Yep. That will be 16.
That's a hit. Roll a d4.
Let's see how well he does. Yep. That landed outside. That'll be 4 points.
All right, 4 more. Rack them up. Okay, Anna topples to the ground. Seeing that there are multiple people rushing her and attacking her, she is going to scramble not to pull out her own sword, but she runs over 5 feet away to the spear that was on the ground, and she picks it up and gets into a melee position with the spear to face off with Bivoj next round. And now we come to the top of round 4, the last of the heroic rounds in terms of Bane's incredible abilities. Starting off with the 5s. Liber.
Am I able to still hit her with the bow now that she's standing up? But I should be able to
No.
still have no.
There's I'll put it to you this way. If you were to make that roll, it would be at medium range, but there would be another penalty because of the trees and the bushes.
So I'm gonna draw my rapier and run towards her. Do I have enough time to hit or just to run?
You can burn your full movement action to get up there.
I'll do that. I'm gonna run up there.
Okay, so you run over towards the tree. Seeing her drop out, you just run over there, pulling your rapier out as you're running over. Claude, what would you like to do?
I guess shooting is out of the question now. Then.
Yeah, it would be perilous to shoot into the melee combat at this point because
Yeah, but also then.
you have more allies in that melee than you do enemies.
Yeah. I'm gonna. Yeah, it's probably close enough by. Just hook my bow on the knob of the saddle and start running. And while running, just draw my short sword.
So you're running over towards the tree where Anna was.
No, to the guys that are fighting.
Oh, all right.
Melee.
Okay, so you sling your bow, you pull your sword out, you're running into the melee.
Yeah, it's flanking.
Okay, very
Flanking
good.
plus getting behind.
Very, very good. All right, this brings us then to the 4s. Leonard, you are hidden, and about 10 feet away you see the melee going on.
Okay, and so Anna and Katarina are outside of the melee.
You guys haven't seen Katarina this entire time. The melee are the two guys
Oh,
and your friends.
oh, and Katarina was with the bow. Oh,
Anna had the bow. Anna was like the ranger, like the scout. You guys have not seen Katarina yet.
okay, so there is too many people too close on letting.
If you wanted to move
I
in,
can do is
for a-
shoot.
if you wanted to move in for a backstab, you could, because you're in a hidden place. You can move in and make one backstab roll.
Okay, I will
What a
try.
clue.
Probably the guys are closer together with the group, and Katarina is a little bit to the side.
No, Anna is 70 feet away from you.
Oh, no.
So you
okay.
just have the two guys. That's your option this round.
Okay, so
Unless
will
you
try
wanted
to
to
go.
run another full round, try to hide, and then get Anna. But that would take a while.
I will try to go after the guy which Critter is attacking.
Okay, so go ahead and make your attack roll. You get a +2 bonus.
Okay, so and that would be this in melee. That would be 10.
Okay, you run up and you kind of go to attack,
Even.
and just at the last moment, he sort of like ducks back a little bit and is trying to defend against the other people who are attacking him while he's trying to find an opening. Let's see, who else was on 4 other than those guys?
Me?
Okay, Bivoj. You
Uh.
are like melee range. She has your spear.
Just to be sure, the dagger stuck in her or fell on the ground when she fell down?
No, it's in her.
Great. Because I'm not very strong, but I'm very flexible. Would it be possible to, as I'm in the melee range, to get to her and try to yank the spear off her hands?
Sure. It's going to be an opposed roll. So what you're trying to do basically is a strength check, right? Versus her strength.
Either that, or just to grab the dagger and smash her once more. Like, I don't know what will be possible.
So
Yeah, I'll try to tug with her for the spear.
okay, go ahead and make a strength roll on her.
Oh gosh. Wait, guys, wait. Strength under. I have strength 6. I rolled 4.
Okay, you actually grab the spear and you're pulling it away from her, and she's trying to pull it away from you, and you pull it away from her. That is the end of your round, but you
Yes.
now have the spear. Okay, that was Bivoj. Was anyone else at 4? Okay, the guys are at 4. Bane. 15 is a miss. A 18 might be a hit. Let's see who the potential victims are. 3. Oh no.
Not the dog.
No, it's Leonard.
Not Critter. Please, God, not Critter.
It's Leonard.
Oh, Leonard.
That's okay. That's okay. He's
What are you
okay.
doing
He's
getting in
okay.
the way of blades?
18 does hit Leonard for 6 damage.
He'll live.
The third of my
Really?
health.
How squishy are you? I don't know.
He's
He's a
squishy.
specialist.
He's like
19.
squishy. Yeah, that's a third of his health. So that is done. Let's go to the threes. So Oldrad. And
There I go swinging.
all right.
You know what? Actually, I'm gonna reach out and try and grab the guy, and I'm gonna cast reverse cure light wounds. I'm
Ooh.
gonna grab him by the throat.
Okay. How about we do this?
Yes.
Make a strength roll under.
Okay. That was excess by how much? I rolled 1 under.
Okay. You can go ahead and cast the spell.
Okay. So that it's going to be 1d6 plus the caster level.
+4, yeah.
So it's going to be 6 damage.
Wow. He's looking pretty hurt. You guys have been walloping.
I say to his face, "You'll be a good sacrifice."
Ooh.
All right, Sarah.
I shout to Leonard, "Get the rope from my saddle," and I swing with my sword. Well, that was an 8.
All right, you swing. This guy, after being cursed with pain from Oldrad's spell, kind of reeled back, and your swing just barely misses him.
Barely.
This brings us to Bane for the last of the Banic powers.
Yes. I will utilize the last of my strength. Holy shit,
Like
dude.
a plus 12.
31.
Okay. That hits.
And that's a 6.
Plot twist, it doesn't hit.
That is. He is also looking pretty pained. Pretty pained.
Is he
Okay. Claude, go ahead and make a attack roll for critter.
Coming up. And that's not gonna work. That's a 5.
Yeah, at this point, there's so many humans crowding in that critter just can't find a good opening to attack. All right. Anna, having just been disarmed by Bivoj, runs. She starts running east, kind of east/northeast. All right, top of the order, round 5. Bane, you still feel pretty incredible, but that temporary bonus is now faded. The blessing of the old gods is no longer with you. But we are at the top of the order. So my 5s, who's on 5? Liber and Claude. Claude, go ahead.
Right. So I was running up to the melee party.
Yes.
Do I notice
With-
N running?
No, she's like 70 feet away from you.
All right. Then I'm just gonna crash into the party, just blade out straight out, going for the one that Critter was originally attacking.
Okay.
Ooh, nice. That would be a +7, 25.
That's definitely a hit.
That should work. Let's see, that's the D8. Oh man, just a 1 point. Ow.
1 point more. It all adds up.
Yeah.
All right. Liber.
All right. I'm running up to Anna with my rapier drawn. I'm gonna try to swing. Let's see what we got. 4.
Okay, you swing, she's running. This brings us to the 4s. Who had 4? Leonard and Bivoj. All right, Bivoj, you are in a position. You have your spear. She's running. What do you do?
Just to be sure, it wouldn't be possible. I'm not sure if she grabbed her bow or not.
Nope.
If it's
Her bow is sitting on the ground. Her quiver is still slung over her back.
yeah, that's
You notice that she does have a short sword, but she's running.
If I run towards her, press the attack, and try to. Okay. I'll put it like this. If I run towards her, can I melee her?
Yes. I'll have you make a dex roll under to see if you can catch up to her, and then you can melee attack her.
Okay, because if I can't, I'll just press the attack and throw that spear to her. Okay, a roll under dexterity.
Yes.
Yeah, that's 10, that's 8 under.
Okay. You catch up to her.
So,
You're basically stabbing her in the back as she's running away.
yes, nonetheless, I'll press the attack
Okay.
and I'll go for her. That's 23 to hit.
Yeah, that's a hit.
And 3 damage. I can do this all day.
She yells out in pain but continues to run, kind of surging forward to get away from you. Leonard.
Okay, so after last turn, I want to try to get out of the melee of the guy that slashed at me.
Yes. You disengage.
And get to the horses as the Sarak said for the rope.
Okay. You get over to the horses. This brings us to the guys. First attack on Bane the Invincible, that is a hit, 20. For 8 damage. Yoinks.
It's all right.
Jinkies.
Second attack on Oldrad. 16. Does a 16 hit Oldrad? Leave it.
Meets or beats, right? I'm 16 AC.
The pain and suffering continues, but only with a 1. Wow. That is not.
Got lucky.
That was a swipe. Is what you got. All right. Now we're on the 3s. Oldrad.
Here we go. Swinging with the sword. That could be a hit. Let me see my bonus, I believe. Does a 15 hit?
No.
Darn.
Your great sword glances off of you know what I forgot? I forgot that your great sword is not just any great sword.
That's true. I don't know if there's anything else I'm supposed to be adding.
I know what you're supposed to be adding. Hold on.
I got
How many times have you hit? We're in round 5.
I
Have you
think
hit
at least
twice?
2. I believe I've hit twice.
All right.
Oh, Bane says I hit 3 times.
Okay, I'll adjust accordingly. All right. All right, Sarah.
Stabby stab with the sword. Oh, what is this? Okay, so that looks like 14.
Miss.
Okay.
This man is incredibly wounded, but still moving around, fighting for his life. His sense of entitlement and superiority over you fools has now faded as he's cut in many directions.
Good.
This brings us to Bane.
All right, let's go. Let's end this. That's going to be a 21.
Yes.
That's a hit.
And a 5 damage.
He is hurt.
But he's not dead yet.
Well, that's true. Claude, make me an attack roll for Critter. Critter sees his opportunity now that Leonard's moved out of the way.
It's 14.
Miss.
No.
Okay, now, who is chasing Anna? Bivoj is chasing Anna, and Liber is chasing Anna. Both of you need to roll a d6 and tell me what you rolled.
Four.
Excellent. That is so exciting. Let me just really quickly look up your saving throws.
Chain lightning.
Bivoj, you're a 4th level fighter, right?
Yes.
Roll me a d20 and just tell me what the flat result is.
That's net 20.
Okay. Liber, roll me a d20 and tell me what the flat result is.
15.
All right. As you guys are chasing Anna, she surges forward, and you see she kind of darts to the left and then continues to run. And you're following her, and just before you hit the point where she darted, you see why she darted. Carefully concealed amongst some bushes and some shrubberies are sharpened wooden sticks embedded in the ground. You can continue chasing her. This brings us to the top of the order. Liber, you're in hot pursuit.
I'm gonna try to catch up with her and hit with the rapier.
Okay, make me a dex roll under.
I failed.
All right, you are running, but you just can't catch up to her. She's dodging and bopping back and forth as she's running, but you're in hot pursuit. Claude, you are engaged in the melee with the two guys. What do you want to do?
Yes, keep attacking.
Okay, go ahead and make your roll.
Gonna make another slice, and it's gonna be a massive miss. Wait, no, might be not. 15.
15 is just barely a miss. Leonard, you're up. You're over by the horses. You're getting rope. What else do you do?
Okay, so did they run in the direction of the path or into the forest?
When you say they run, you mean Anna and you can't see them.
Bivoj and
Yeah, you can't see
okay.
them from where you're at.
Okay, then I'm taking the rope and shouting to Sarah, "Where do you want it?"
Okay, you get the rope, you kind of run back around towards Sarah, you yell out, "Where do you want it?" Bivoj, your turn.
I'm chasing, so I think that's another dexterity roll under.
Yes.
Yeah, that's 7. That means it's 11.
Yes. You can catch up to her and make a melee attack. Go ahead and roll.
Can I specifically try to press the attack and target her leg?
Yes.
Or legs? So it will be -3.
Yes.
Okay. That's bad. That means that's just 14.
You thrust out towards her legs, but she kind
Oh,
of
it hits!
No,
Oh, oh,
no.
oh,
You thrust out towards her legs. She jumps up over like a log just as you're thrusting.
fuck me.
The melee. Back to the melee. Attack on Bane is exactly a 20. That's a hit.
Ah,
For 5.
Wait a damn minute. That's a whole bunch of 20s, bad guys. Hold on. The hell?
Well, it's not a nat 20.
Oh, okay. What's the damage?
Yeah, so for 5.
Oh. Oh, I'm almost wounded.
Yeah, your miracle hit points are gone, so you're back to regular.
Yeah, I'm back at my regular. I'm down. You said how much for this one? Sorry.
I have you at 29 out of 42 now.
That's correct. After that was a 5, right?
Yes. So
Okay.
now I attack with guy number 2, who's desperately trying to just fend you guys off. He swings at Oldrad and wildly misses. This now brings us to Oldrad.
here we go. Big swing, big hit, hopefully. 17.
That is a hit. If it's
Yes.
big enough, will depend on the next roll.
3 damage.
Oldrad, as
Yes.
you, with 2 hands gripping the great sword, you swing at this guy. You see a moment of his face, an expression of recognition, wherein he realizes
It's coming.
that his death is imminent, and you smash through his shoulder blade and neck, and he just topples as gouts of blood spray out onto you. He just topples to the ground, your sword embedded in him. And he is dead.
Let's say a worthy sacrifice, and I yank my sword out.
Sarah,
I yell to Leonard, over here! And I'm looking at that, and I guess I'll turn and try to hit the one that Bane is hitting.
okay.
I rolled a mighty 13. I don't think that hits.
Yeah, it does. What's,
Does?
what's your melee attack bonus?
I added 6.
Oh,
I
oh,
rolled
no.
7.
No. All right, so you do miss.
Yeah.
Okay, so Bane, you're up. You are fighting the final contestant in the Battle of Doom.
I will end your suffering. 21
Yeah, that's a hit.
and another 5 damage.
He yells in pain as your axe cuts into him once again. I'm going to make a roll for Anna. Oh, Anna surges forward like a deer and just starts running full tail through the forest, darting deftly.
Bill, I'm sorry. Did the one that I was just fighting, is he dead or is he still alive? Because I want to
no.
keep him alive if he's still alive.
He's still alive. He's the last
I've
guy
got-
that's alive.
I've got questions for him.
Me too.
Yeah, he's still very much alive. All right, that brings us to the next top of the order. Liber, you and Bivoj.
Critter's still gonna get a bite?
No, Critter's not going to bite.
Okay.
He's got his jaws on the leg of the dead man, and he's just ripping back and forth. Liber, you are in hot pursuit of Anna, but she just, like, some adrenaline surge just hit her, and she darted forward.
I want to try to yell for her, watch out, just to see if she just throw off balance.
Nice. Make a charisma roll under.
10. 1 under.
Okay. Let me make a roll for her. A wisdom, if you will. She does not get tricked by your awesome bluff, but you are still running after her, presumably. Claude,
Mm-hmm.
the guy that Bane's fighting is still up.
Yeah, I'm gonna fight him as well.
Okay.
And that's a dirty 20.
Hit.
Come on, do better this time. Finally, 5.
Oh, he is just struggling. You hit him on the side and he yells in pain again. I'm going to make a morale check for him.
He's still in it?
Well, we'll see. It is Leonard's turn. Leonard, you have the rope.
Yeah. I'm thinking. I would like to try to somehow
Lasso him.
yeah, throw it around him or
Do it.
more like in both hands, and make maybe yank back.
All right. I'm going to have you make a bushcraft roll. So roll a d6. You got a 2 in 6 chance.
And 4.
Okay. You whip the lasso around, and for a moment you're excited, but then it kind of bounces off of his shoulder. Bivoj,
Damn it.
you are still in hot pursuit of Anna, but she is pushing forward. She's getting a lead on you guys.
I'm still running towards her, and as I am probably not in the melee range, and probably not able to get to the melee range, I will ask, am I in a short or medium range?
Short.
Nicely done. Then
She's
I
about 15 feet ahead of you.
then I will press the attack on my spear throwing, and it will be, and I'm targeting the leg again. That's 21.
Hit. Give me that damage.
Ooh, nice. 4 damage to her leg.
She yells in pain, and the spear hits her, cuts into her, but as she's running, the momentum, the spear falls out on the ground, but you see blood coming out of her leg pretty vigorously. All right.
Yeah, I'm running, and on my way I'll grab the spear.
Bane. You have frightened this man. He disengages and begins running east towards the North Road.
I'll run him down.
Okay. But first, Oldrad and Sarah.
I want to try and tackle the guy.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a strength roll under. It's going to be opposed.
Yep. Ooh, got me a 2 under 15.
That's very lucky because I rolled well for him. He got a 4. You run up and you dive tackle him to the ground.
Okay. Just restraining him.
Sarah.
I sheathe my sword, and I don't know how close Leonard is. I either ask him for the rope or I grab it from
You
him.
can literally grab the rope.
I'll grab the rope and run up there, run up to Oldrad where he's tackled the guy.
Make a dex roll under.
Dex roll.
This is to see if you can loop him in the rope while Oldrad has him tackled.
I think that might be a...
I would hope that you'd have a success because you have an 18 dexterity.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so you loop him in the rope and begin to kind of pull the knot. Bane. You are still in this battle frenzy. This guy disengaged with you. You were going to chase him. Oldrad tackled him to the ground. Sarah loops a rope around him. What do you do?
I'm gonna grab him and pick him up so he's standing and I'm looking right at him, and I know he's probably smaller than me, so I'm gonna literally pick him up off the ground.
Go ahead and make a strength check.
It's a roll under?
Yes.
Is that correct? Okay, yeah, so 5 under 18.
Yeah,
Or
you
20,
do.
whatever it is.
So you've got him by the front. Bane has his arms pulled back behind his back, or Oldrad has his arms behind his back, and Sarah's wrapping a rope around him. And he's kind of minimally struggling, but he's cut up real bad.
If you value your life and you want to see another day, I suggest you spill it. Everything.
Smash cut. Liber. You see that Anna got hit by Bivoj's spear. The spear dropped out on the ground. Anna is still running, though not as fast.
Am I able to catch her enough to get like a hand onto her?
Yes.
Because as I've been running, I've been saying my prayers a little bit in my natural sense, just to the one true God, and I want to try to catch her and cast command as I do that to try to get her to sleep.
Ooh. Ooh. All right. Game on. So just to be clear, I want you to make a dex roll under first to see if you could get up. Actually, no, you could cast command from 10 feet away.
Yep.
Yeah. So you don't even need to make a dex roll under. You run up, and when you're within range, what is the single word command that you say? Sleep?
Sleep.
Okay. I'm going to make a saving throw for her. Give me a second. She is a pretty decent saving throw. But she does not succeed. You run up, you yell sleep, and you see as she's in mid-run, she just kind of falls to the ground.
Chance if I have a rope to tie her. I don't have a rope. I want to see if I could get her to subdue her some way, though.
You know who has a rope? Bivoj. And he's 5 feet away from you. Bivoj, you see Anna fall. You heard the word sleep come out of Liber's mouth, and then you see her fall. Now, Bivoj, to be clear, you're not the sharpest tool in the shed, but you're smart enough to realize that, like, this must be some power of the one true God, because he just yelled the word sleep and she dropped and she's sleeping.
Ooh, nice. I don't think it's my turn though.
We are out of initiative. You guys have captured one of the guys and basically have the ability to capture Anna.
Okay, I hand Liber the rope, and as he's tying her, when she's pretty much secured, I pull my dagger out of her, and just to be sure, I cut her Achilles tendons.
Make a wisdom roll under.
I'm not very good with wisdom.
Okay, forget it. You cut her Achilles tendons. Liber, do you intervene before Bivoj does it?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
You can heal her.
Hold on. She's sleeping now. Let's get her back to the group, and let's discuss this a little bit. See what we're gonna do.
Okay, let me get just one.
Why don't you just hold the spear towards her, just in case she wakes up, we'll secure her.
Okay, if she tries to run once more, I'm cutting her tendons.
I think she's tied pretty well, though.
Yeah, so she wakes
we'll
up
see.
at the spells. At the end of the duration, she wakes up, but you guys have her tied up. She's wounded. She's kind of struggling, but she's She's not saying anything. She's just grunting.
How far are we from the group?
You guys are about 160 feet away from the group.
Can we see them? Like, is there visual?
You know the direction they're in, but you can't see them from where you're at.
Okay.
So do you guys begin to drag her back
Yeah.
towards the group?
I want to start bringing her back to the group. But B-Boy,
Yeah.
could you stay back a little bit with your spear out in case she tries to escape?
It will be my pleasure.
Meanwhile, Critter and I are going to go scout around a little bit towards the campfire, see if anyone else is still there,
Oh, you
maybe
are.
hiding.
Okay, let me adjudicate what you guys are doing with the captured man first. So he also is just kind of grunting. He's not really struggling because you guys have him bound pretty well and disarmed. He's just kind of looking at you guys.
Bane, can we just take him back to where our horses are and set him down? He looks pretty knackered. You
I'd
can
like
get
to
another.
Give
Get
him some
another
healing
rope.
juices. Yeah, let's
Yeah.
patch him up so he'll talk to us.
Yeah, I mean, it's no use being
I agree.
mean now.
I agree.
I mean, you were
Not-
mean enough. Wow.
The blood has been satiated, and now we have questions.
Okay, sir. Cooperate, and you will be taken care of. I will disarm him.
Okay.
Loosen up his armor a little bit so we
You
can
see,
get to his
other than his long sword, he has a dagger.
Okay.
And the other guy also had a long sword and a dagger.
Okay, I'll pick those up.
Okay.
Any
Um,
documents on any one of them?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Any documents on any one of them?
No, in
My
fact,
papers.
they didn't have backpacks, they didn't have pouches. They were literally just wearing armor and they had their weapons.
Okay.
So, who is staying with the horses and the prisoners? Everyone? Okay,
I
so
wanna.
Liber and Bivoj are marching Anna back towards where your guys' horses were. Oldrad, Bane, you guys and Sarah have the captured guy, and Leonard, you have the captured guy.
Mm-hmm.
Claude,
I-
start walking off towards the North Road.
I'll shout out to Claude.
Campfire.
Claude, where are you going?
I'm gonna scout around. You guys aren't watching anything.
I don't know if it's a good idea to go off by yourself right now.
I got Critter with me. I'm fine.
This is
Okay.
I wanna.
this is definitely just plan A. They have to have.
Yeah, I want to go back to where the direction that Liber and Bivoj were running, because I saw them run,
Okay.
and just look around. I want her longbow.
Okay, well, about the time that you get back to the tree, you see them coming back through the forest with Anna. She's roped and just kind of seems very disgruntled. She's limping as well. You see her longbow.
I'll pick it up, and I'll just say, I'll just keep this for you, okay?
She
Has anyone
glares-
seen their
Hmm.
friend,
she
the other woman?
glares-
Can I?
What?
She
So
glares.
has anyone?
Yeah, just trying to help you out.
All right, Liber asks what?
I'm asking. I want to see if anyone's seen Katerina. Like, has
I
anyone
was-
seen their other friend?
I was gonna shout out, Katerina.
Yeah.
If you're here, you should just come out, or your friends are going to die.
Okay. There's no response.
Of course.
Claude, you and Critter start walking off
Oh.
east to the woods.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You walk about
Little
100 yards, and the woods start to thin out, and you see a little bit of a clearing, and beyond that clearing, you see the road. In the clearing, you see 2 tents and a campfire, and you see 4 horses.
All right. Gonna go stealthy now.
Okay, roll a d6.
Let's roll under. So that's a 3.
Okay, you're kind of sneaking into the camp.
Yep.
All right, you're at the camp. You see the 2 tents. The openings of the 2 tents kind of face each other, and you see the campfire in between them. The 4 horses are tethered to like a wooden branch that's kind of nearby, near a tree.
Mm-hmm.
You see that the horses have, packs on them. What do you do?
With my short sword, I'm gonna open up the tent flap a little, peek in.
All right, I'm going to ask you this: the tent on the left or the tent on the right?
Left.
Okay, you peek into the tent on the left. You see 2 bedrolls and 2 backpacks.
Oh, but there's nobody living in there. I'm gonna turn and go over to the other tent.
Okay, you open up the tent flap on the right. You see 2 bedrolls. You see 2 backpacks. And you see Katarina with a gag, a cloth gag tied around her mouth, and her arms behind her back, and rope. And she looks at you and she's like,
I'm gonna undo the gag.
She says, thank you. She says, are they still here?
Who are?
The people who are accompanying me.
I mean, those
The
the
2
lady
men
and
and
the
the
guards?
woman.
Well,
She says, they're not who they say they are. We have to get out of here, please.
we've taken care of them. But that's about all I'm gonna say at the moment. And
She says, what do you mean?
like I said, they're taken care of. They were stupid. I'm gonna pick her up out of the tent, and while she's still tied up, bring her to the party.
Okay. You start walking her through, and she's like,
I'm not
Were
trusting
there
you
any-
fully, so I'm gonna keep you tied up, okay?
she says, okay, but I don't understand what. She says, were there any more? Did you see a patrol?
There was just the 3 of them, right?
Are you asking her, or are you
Yeah.
asking me?
No, her.
She says, well, the 2 men, Hans and Franz, and then Anna, they were traveling with me, but they're not who they say they are.
All right.
They're Imperial spies.
Well, Hans and Franz aren't gonna be an issue anymore, but we'll get to that in a little bit.
She's like, I don't know if they called for reinforcements. I'm not sure what to make of it. I overheard them talking last night. They said that they'd called and that a boat would be coming soon.
All right.
I don't know where they were planning on taking me, but I think that they were going to try to ransom me.
Backing Aigner?
No. Southport.
All right.
I think that they work for the Empire, and they were going to try to demand a ransom for me from my family.
Well, I'm not gonna say too much for now. We need to sort this out with the whole group, so now yank her along a little bit quicker.
You get back in short time. You guys see Claude and Critter coming back with Katarina.
Hey guys, look who I found.
You see that her hands are bound by rope.
And the gag hanging around her neck.
Yeah, and there's like a gag basically hanging down around her neck.
Nicely done, Claude.
Was she not with them voluntarily? I ask out loud.
Unless she tied herself up.
You notice
So I'm gonna-
as you're passing by the body of the one guy that she's like, oh, and like frightened by it. And you notice when she comes to see the other guy that you have captured and she sees Anna, she just looks at them and she's like, you've received your justice. And you see the one guy just grunt. He's like, ugh. And Anna just goes, pfft.
I grab the man that's tied up by the back of his head and his hair, and I say, whom do you serve?
He says, I serve whoever pays the most. He's like, we're mercenaries.
So who's paying you now?
He says, I don't know, but she's worth a lot. And he gestures to Katerina.
Why is she worth a lot?
Too bad you're not worth a lot.
He says, her family's rich. And they said, and the people who hired us said that we'd make a whole lot of silver.
I stomp on his leg wound.
At that point, Anna yells, shut up, stupid. Don't tell them anything more.
I stomp on the guy's leg wound, wherever that might be, to
He's
let
like,
him know that
ah!
I say, please continue to be stupid. It's keeping you alive.
Who paid you? Where do you have a point of meeting?
He looks at Bane, but then he looks at Anna. And Anna says, if we tell you, how do we know that you're going to let us go?
I pick up her bow. I go over and I get an arrow from my quiver. And I kind of walk in front of her and I test the bow. And then I point it around. And then I point it at her foot and I says, you don't know, do you?
Well, how I see it, you have 100% probability that we don't let you go if you don't tell us. And we have small chance that we let you go if you do. So
I
probably
quietly,
better option.
as my compatriots are showing the strength in numbers, I quietly whisper to her ear, well, we can let you crawl out of here, not walk. Shut up, you pretty little face.
She glares at you. She says, well, suppose that we're willing to tell you what we know. Then you gonna let us go?
Of course. Well, maybe I'll have some trinkets with me out of you, but we'll let you go.
I don't advise that. They would fetch a nice price where we are going.
I'm gonna pull Katrina away a little bit.
I'll take just a little bit.
No, not yet, Bivoj. Don't be
Settle
hasty.
down, buddy.
Okay, but if they are not worth the effort, I'll take some.
Fear not, my friend. There'll be plenty of flesh for all of us.
I look at Bane and I'm going, what?
I suggest you start talking. Who's paying the bills? Who is this woman and why is she of value?
Anna says, so Hans, the guy, at this point, he just looks at Anna. And she looks back at him for a moment. And she says, all right. She's a pretty little noble lady and she's worth a hefty ransom. I don't know why. Nothing special about her. She's kind of naive if you ask me. But someone wants her.
And why were you guys looking for us in the town?
Well, we thought you might know something.
About?
And Anna looks at Hans. And Hans shakes his head.
I grab Hans and pull him off to the side, away from the party.
Okay. He seems a little bit scared.
Anna.
Okay.
No, go
Bivoj,
ahead. Please go ahead.
Bivoj, get
Yeah?
Anna some water and start cleaning up her wounds. Liber,
Oh,
see what you can do here.
I do that
I-
very unwillingly.
I withdraw the bow, but I'm keeping this bow.
Anna
I
says, before we tell you anything else, I want to know whether or not you all are going to swear to let us go. You can keep her. She ain't worth the money. But I'm not trying to die out here in this shitty wasteland.
Well, Anna, it will be a group decision. So take this water, take our ministrations, and be happy that you're still here. And I will hold on to this bow for you. I put it on my saddle.
I'm gonna kneel down. I'm gonna kneel down in front of Anna. Well, I don't mind letting you go, but I'm gonna ask you a particular question. Have you met a man with a ring on his finger with lightning bolts and a moon on it?
She says, no.
Does that feel truthful or not?
Make a wisdom roll on her.
Son of a bitch, I didn't make it.
Really? With an 18?
I rolled a 19. I rolled a 19.
She says, nope. I have not seen a man with a ring that looks like what you described. Suppose that I did, though. Would that help us get out of here?
It certainly would.
She says, yeah, but how do
And I
I
say
know
that
you won't
honestly.
crawfish and just stab us in the back after we told you what you want to know? She looks at Liber and she says, you priest. She says, I'll take you at your word if you swear on the one true God that you'll let us go, both me and Hans, if we tell you what you want to know.
I give her a good look and I said, if we feel you're being truthful, we'll let you live.
She says, swear it out loud on the one true God.
I swear it.
She looks around at all of you and she says, all right. She says, about a month ago, we was hired by some noble. Not by the noble directly, you mind you, but you know how they have servants. And this particular noble servant came to us with a very discreet request. He said we'd find that young lady right there, traveling north. He said if we could capture her, that the ransom would be worth a pretty penny. We'd capture her and deliver her to someone who'd be waiting up in Lee County. Now, he didn't say who, but he told us that it'd be a woman and that she would show us a ring, and that ring would have a symbol on it. A symbol with the letter N surrounded by lightning bolts. And she looks, you see, she looks at Oldrad when she says this. She says, I told you I wasn't lying. I'd never seen a man with no ring.
And what made you
And-
sway?
And she says, And it wasn't a letter C on it. It was a letter N.
N is in November?
Yes.
And what made you change the direction to Southport?
She says, we're not changing the direction of Southport, but if you take her away from us, I got no business being up here. I would just go back down to Southport.
Where were you supposed to meet this woman in Lee County?
She says, there's supposed to be some inn up there, Sleepy Oak, in Lee Town.
Sleepy Oak.
Well,
Anyone else have some questions?
my bow was destroyed.
She nods.
That was-
and says,
That was a really good shot. Extremely good shot. So I'm gonna talk to her a little bit about archery and how I was taught to, just I imagine the arrow hitting the target before I even let go, and I talk like that and try to get her a little more relaxed. And then
make a charisma roll under.
Oh, that's going to be hard.
I know.
Oh, we'll try this.
I mean, you have the best charisma out of anybody. So,
Oh, I got a 3.
all right. After a few seconds of you talking to her about that, she kind of comes around and she seems a little more friendly. She says, "So, we told you everything that you wanted to know, right? You gonna let us know now?"
Yeah, but I show her my hand. Now, I have this disability. What do you recommend for that?
She says, "I don't know. I'm not a healer."
No. For using a bow.
She says, "Stop shooting like a girl."
Okay.
She says, "You think too much. I just pull back the arrow and let it fly."
Okay. Well, I was trained by the military. Blah 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 blah.
She says, "Yeah, that's the problem. Military think too much about it." She says, "You don't have to think."
So you just grab it in your fist and let it go, huh?
That's right.
Ah. This is good. Guys, I've made a decision, so let's wait until the rest of them get back.
Everybody's back.
Everybody's here.
Bane, you pulled Hans around the corner about 15 feet away behind a tree. He's looking at you rather uncertainly.
Now you can be assured that your compadre is spilling the beans around the corner. So, I suggest you tell me everything you know. Who is your contact? Who paid you to do this job?
He says, the contact was just a steward. He didn't say what noble house he represented. He says, we was hired in Southport. He paid us up front half. The other half upon delivery.
Where's the delivery point?
There's an inn in Leetown, Sleepy Oak. Supposed to be a lady there wearing a ring.
Can you describe this ring?
All we know is that we was told that the ring looks like a letter N, and it's got lightning bolts around it.
And have they ever seen your face?
The person we's meeting? I don't think so. We don't even know who we're supposed to meet other than it's a woman wearing a ring like that.
And at what time approximately or specifically were you supposed to deliver the goods?
We're a half day behind already.
We're going to let you go, but I would suggest you head in the opposite direction of Lee.
Hey, big fella, you don't have to say that twice. If I know Anna,
And-
she's fixing to head back down river to Southport.
And I'm terribly sorry to do this, but I can't have you telling anyone about us. I go and I grab his mouth, open his mouth up and pull his tongue out and take it off with my
He's begging
my
you.
dagger.
He's begging you not to. He's like,
Sorry,
please,
dude.
please don't
can
do
we
that.
hear this?
Yes.
Can we hear this? Bane,
What?
don't do that, please.
Don't take his tongue.
We're gonna let him go.
Oh, I'm going to let him go, but he's going to leave me a
Don't
present.
cut his tongue off, please.
We'll leave him whole.
Say no
Yes.
word of us to anyone, ever. You are lucky I have compassionate friends.
He's like,
You have. Go ahead.
like, I swear, Mr. I ain't gonna say anything about y'all.
You can
All
claim
right.
your trophy from the other one.
When you say that, Anna looks at you and she says, none of y'all are taking my tongue. I told you what I said.
Not you, the other one that's dead.
She looks down, a sigh of relief.
Bivoj is looking at this exchange very upset and what about my trophy? I've
There's a
hunted
bunch of
this
shit
woman
you can
down.
cut off the other guy.
Oh, that won't do.
Well,
But trust me, lady, if I see your face once more, I'll cut that pretty hand of yours. And you will
I've
be
got-
shooting no bow.
One more
Anymore.
thing before I'm done with Hans. Where's the upfront money that they gave you?
He says, back at the camp in our packs.
Very well. Do not return to your camp. There's nothing there for you.
Well, there's horses there. I mean, how are we
No,
gonna get
there's
back
no
to
horses.
South?
There's nothing there for you. I don't think you understand.
I understand.
Safe travels then.
All right. So, how are you releasing Anna and Hans?
I say we leave him tied up lightly enough to be able to get out after a little while, but not free.
I suggest
how about leave
some
him
of us
tied
go.
up? Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I suggest some of us go to the camp and just make sure that's secure so they don't go there. And then maybe put them both on one horse, tie them to a horse, and put the horse on the robe, give it a smart whack on the rump, and let the horses go south.
Well, you're close with that. I'd say put him on a horse, blindfold him, drive him out some distance, throw him off the horse, get back.
Oh, we don't
Oh.
have to be that mean.
Oh, I will gladly blindfold them.
I'd say take him quite a bit away from us.
I will
And
gladly
then-
blind them.
Yeah.
Blindfold them.
I'd rather
So,
not
bear in
attract any extra attention to them on the road.
Bear in mind that you guys are only a quarter mile north of Aigner. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
you set them back on the road going south. They're relatively close to Aigner.
Yeah, they can tie him on a horse, send him back.
Okay. All right.
But
So
that's-
I'm going to summarize what you find. You find 200 feet of rope, 4 50-foot lengths of rope. You find 4 backpacks. You find 400 silver pieces. You find, I'm trying to think of how many days of rations they would have left. You find 4 days of rations. And
And 3 horses.
and you have 3
4.
horses tethered to your train, unless you do Claude's idea and dump them off, then take the 4th horse.
No, we can send them on a horse.
Yeah.
And sell the other 3.
All right.
I'd say we dump him further away from Aigner.
Also, we need some way to transport Katarina as well, which we
Yeah,
need to
she'll-
decide
she'll
what we
need
do
a
with
horse.
her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you guys loot the camp. You take all that stuff. Write it down if you're taking it. I told you.
We have
what's
the 4 tents as well, bedrolls and everything.
there are 2
The
tents
2 tents.
and 4 bedrolls.
Somebody do the math.
So
I will.
So you guys break down the camp, you take all that stuff, you set the Anna and Hans off, blindfolded, a distance away. Katarina is kind of looking at you guys, still kind of in shock about this revelation. She seems very bewildered.
When did they turn on you? Because when we met at the inn, you seemed quite friendly, and you spent the night with Sarah.
Well,
You
yes,
didn't mention anything.
I thought that they were escorting me. I thought that my family had paid for them to escort me. She says, when we couldn't find you at the Soldier's Rest, I didn't know what had happened to you.
Why did they set up ambush on us instead of fulfilling their mission to deliver you?
I don't know. They tied me up in the tent.
Well, when did they turn?
Let me see. Claude.
Mm-hmm.
No, not Claude. Sorry. Liber. Roll a d20 and tell me what you get.
Eight.
Okay. All right. So it is still like it's still pretty early in the morning. Like this whole thing probably only took like an hour outside of your travel time. What do you guys want to do?
I've got some fine clothing I need to retrieve. Back in Aigner.
You already got it.
Got that.
Yeah. you got
Oh,
that.
I did? Did we retro that? Oh, okay.
Yeah, you got that.
Are you guys going to continue north?
Yes. I think so.
You have Katarina on one horse. Have you untied her? She has no weapon,
I feel-
by the way, to be clear.
I feel something's a little off here.
Yeah,
Look
me
at
as well,
Katarina.
friend.
And I don't want to
Look at
walk her
Katarina.
into Lee County.
And I pull my dagger, and I put it against her neck. She's still tied, right?
Okay.
And I'm like, tell me what's really going on.
She says, "Father, please, I've told you."
I just stare at her.
She says, "My family has old ties to Lee
The
County,
truth.
and
The
I was going to see Lord Trevor on behalf of my family."
Who's your family,
Why?
young woman?
I'm part of the Witt family of Southport.
Does that
I'm
ring a bell?
Katarina DeWitt.
Do I know anything about them?
You? Make an intelligence roll under.
Does the Witt family ring any bells for anyone else?
Unless you were specifically tied in to Southport, probably not.
One under.
All right, Sarah, you recognize the name. Like, you recognize the name as maybe like a merchant or lower noble family, but not a name of prominence. Like, actually kind of like the Marjit name, like where people might know it and might know that family, but you can't really recall like what their specific status was.
you don't remember anything about the Marjit trading? Their headquarters are in the Eastern Kingdoms. They had a warehouse in Southport before all the troubles.
She says, I cannot say that I do.
Okay.
I don't know a lot about the trading companies.
What do you know about? What was your passion
She says,
while you were in Southport?
well, I had a tutor, and I've learned some of the crafting arts of my family. She says,
Which are?
My family is in jewelry.
Okay.
My father and his brothers are jewelers in Southport. She says, I was going to see Lord Trevor concerning some options that my father wanted me to provide to him.
I pull out the necklace with the 3 jewels on it and ask her if she's familiar with it.
She shrugs. She says, it looks like a fine quality, perhaps antique. It looks very old.
And I show her my necklace with the spider charm with 2 red eyes.
She shrugs again. She says, it also looks very finely made, but again, very old, somewhat dated.
That's okay. Do you think these are rubies?
Lord Trevor is engaged to be married, and my father was hoping that he would approve a contract for jewels to be made.
Was there anything in her bags like that would be any like letters or anything like that?
Nope.
I don't trust her. Something's wrong.
Yeah, something feels off.
Do we tell her about?
She says, Father, my family is devoted to the one true God. We are loyal.
We
Does that
have.
mean you are also loyal to the Empire?
She says, we have no choice, sir. She says, the Empire has long occupied Southport.
Yeah, we have learned that someone was trying to get you back to Southport.
Meta moment. That's not what you learned at all.
They were going to deliver her
they were
where
going to
she
deliver
wants to
her
go.
to Lee County.
Okay, yeah, that's
So she
we
wants
have
to go
learned that.
where they were leading her.
Yeah,
She says, I was unaware of the plots that Anna and Hans and Franz had for me.
So do you still wish to go to Lee County, or do you want to return home?
She says, I cannot travel all the way to Southport by myself. I have nothing. I have no coin. I have nothing. She says,
Bringing you to Lee County
must,
could mean you.
I
Bringing you
must
to
get
Lee
to
County
Lee-
could mean your life. You understand this?
I do, but I have no choice. I must seek sanctuary with Lord Trevor.
yeah.
He will know. He will know of my arrival.
Also,
My
she
fa-
might
my
lead
father
us to
sent-
the.
My father sent a missive and has had correspondence with Lord Trevor for several months now.
Also, she might lead us to the person with the signet ring, so might be useful even if it's trapped.
Well,
If we bring her with us, we need to keep her covered. Keep her hidden.
yeah. Does she know about? Did we tell her about the plot to turn her over?
She was there.
Okay.
She heard everything.
Well, I look at everyone else. I suppose we should just take her right to Lord Trevor.
She says, I would be most grateful, and if necessary, I'm certain that my father would compensate you for your time.
We should at least bring her to Lee County with us.
Mhm.
That much, I think.
Well, your companions were paid quite a bit, so that should suffice.
I lean in. I give her a nice grip on her arm, around the arm, and I say, "You see how quickly we dispatched your those people, right? I'm not good with words. You see how quickly we dispatched of them. If you lead us into a trap, if this is a trick of any kind, I will not hesitate to end your life."
She's like shaking, and her lower lip is quivering, and she's like, "Sir, I know of nothing more than what you've heard Anna and Hans confess to."
Bane, please, let her go.
She looks back to Liber and she says, "Please, Father, I beseech you and pray to the one true God that you'll deliver me to sanctuary with Lord Trevor."
You can travel with us for now.
She lets out a huge sigh of relief. And as
Would
you
you-
guys mount your horses, and now with Katerina on one of the horses in the line with you, towing the other horses behind.
I will stay next to her.
Okay. You guys begin heading up the North Road. And that is where we'll end this episode of the Lamenters, everybody. Thank you for staying with us, and we hope to see you on the next episode. Peace and out.
Well, hello, and welcome to Blayne Allen World. I am Wizzy, the Wizard. I'm back once again to remind you to subscribe and click on the notifications button, and also watch videos that are over there. Tune in to the next episode of whatever show you are just watching, and watch other shows featuring Bill. He made me say that because he's a narcissist. Okay, bye.